All right, we're here with senior first baseman Josh Threlkeld, Coach Bob Rients, and junior pitcher Tyler Blomberg. Coach, first off, a really successful weekend this week. 3-1, good way to start the season, especially after you didn't even know if you were going to get a chance to play this weekend. You were able to get the games in, and things went really well for you guys.
Yeah, I think the guys handled it really well. That whole iffy situation, are we going to go, are we not going to go, are we going to play, all 4 games, or are we just going to play 2? Handled it real well. I think that's something we talked about as far as being adjustable, being flexible, understanding that, hey, when we do get that opportunity to play, that it's our job to focus in and perform as well as we possibly can be. And so we hopped off the bus after 13 and a half hours, performed extremely well. We had great leadership, I think, from our junior and senior class that really gave us a huge boost as far as when game was on the line, they came through. So that was awesome for our coaching staff to be able to see that ring true from the very first game. And so great evidence of a full team effort, knowing that we came back in the second game there on that trip, and gave us a ton of confidence, I think, for the next game, game 3, the first game, the second day there, that we kind of carried through with that momentum and performed extremely well. So yeah, hopping off the bus, playing 4 games, winning 3 out of 4 against a program that historically has been very successful, definitely gives us a lot of confidence heading into our next trip down to Florida.
Okay. Right off the bat, you guys had a lot of success offensively. 12 runs the very first day in sweeping St. Joseph's College. Were you impressed with how the bats kind of responded, coming from the field house to live at bats against pitchers they haven't seen before?
Yeah, definitely. I think we were taking batting practice on the field, and I think a few guys were really, actually the majority of the guys were struggling to kind of slow the ball down. Their whole approach, with batting practice, picking up the baseball, I think was a little bit of an adjustment for them. But man, as soon as the first pitch of the game came around in game 1, we had solid at bats at the top of the first inning. And I think we talked about that as soon as we got back into the dugout, that we were tough outs, no matter if we scored a run or not in that top of the first inning. We saw some great things as far as carrying through with our offensive approach and understanding the strike zone and following off pitches if that's what it needs to be, just to give you the best opportunity of hitting a pitch that you want later in the count. So it was great definitely to see the very first inning, and we carried that through in quality at bats the very first day as well.
Coach, Josh Threlkeld had a great weekend for you, 6 for 13, 3 extra base hits, homer. He had all 5 RBI in that first game. Talk a little bit about what he did to kind of jumpstart your offense this weekend.
Impressive, there's no doubt about that. And that's something that a team needs as far as senior leadership, whether it's on the mound or in the field, but definitely up to bat. He came up with his first 2 opportunities on the first game to knock in runs, and things didn't work out. But he made adjustments to his third at bat and had the bases loaded, got that big hit to kind of put us over the hump early on, and give us a little momentum to be able to carry that into the rest of the innings to finish off that first game. And so that was key, definitely huge for a senior to step up in that situation. And something that we can talk about, as a team offensively, is the ability to make adjustments by at bat to at bat. And so, prime example, if you'll be able to do that and give us a huge jump.
Okay, Josh, you had at least 1 hit in each of the 4 games. Talk a little bit about your approach at the plate. Did some of the things you've been doing this offseason to be able to have that kind of success this early in the season?
Yeah, definitely early on, talking with our coaches, Coach Rients and Coach Dahlgren. The main thing was just to stay relaxed, especially early on in the season. We were wanting to look for fastballs early, and it's hard to simulate off-speed pitches in the field house except for when we're taking live at bats. So I really just tried to find fastballs early in the count and then go just try and drive them into a gap and do what I could to get runners in. Like Coach said, the first couple of bats were a little iffy, so but I just tried to stay relaxed and do what I could.
Okay, and obviously, you've grown up around baseball your entire life, and it seems like your entire family. You've got 2 younger brothers playing baseball and a younger sister playing baseball. Talk a little bit about growing up in a baseball family, having that kind of atmosphere around all the time.
Yeah, our summers were, like you said, with 4 kids in the family, and our summers were always spent at the ballpark. There really wasn't a weekend that we were out on the lake or doing anything like that. It was always either my own tournament, one of my brother's tournaments, my sister's tournament, and I think that's kind of where I got the sense of family unity that I like to have or try to get with the teammates is, I was always out there supporting my little brothers, and I still go back and coach in the summer with my little brother's team. So it's just nice to be able to have that unity and be able to have that be sort of the backbone of my love for baseball.
And another nice thing about that is if you want someone to toss you the ball or play catch, seems to always be someone around, right?
Yeah, it kind of gets embarrassing because both my little brothers are bigger than me now, so they throw the ball a lot harder, and so I kind of ask Dad every now and then just to save myself the embarrassment and try and pump up my self-esteem. But no, it's definitely great to have that at home and just know that they're there to support me and I'm there to support them. And even if I have a down weekend during the year, I can call them and just kind of get a reality check of what's really important. So,
Tyler, part of Josh's new baseball family. Talk a little bit about what you saw from the offense. I mean, you pitched game 3 this last weekend, had some success yourself, but that offense is able to kind of jumpstart you guys, jumpstart the team. How much easier is it to pitch with a lead with people like Josh and some of the other batters being able to drive in some runs?
Well, I mean, it's a lot easier to go out there knowing that your offense can get you runs and get on the board. And especially after the first 2 games, seeing those guys go out there and produce runs, it just gave me a load of confidence to go out there in the first game. Especially after first getting a run on the board right away in the first inning and going out there to pitch, it just makes it a lot easier.
Okay. Both, not only you, but the first 2 starters as well, all 3 of you combined for 14 and I believe a third innings, gave up 13 hits combined and 3 earned runs combined. How much of a confidence boost is that kind of going forward, having that success early on from your top 3 and being able to try to build on that as you move